Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Irene. I'm from Uganda but currently living and working in Saudi Arabia as a domestic worker. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the new laws Saudi Arabia introduced for domestic workers, and these rules are so very important with both with the domestic worker and these rules are very important for both workers and employers to know. This might affect your work as a domestic worker, as well as even the employer. So that's why it's very good to know that your laws, so that you don't be affected. Are you planning to come to Saudi Arabia, or you have already reached here? Big changes have been made in 2025 that you need to know these rules, and so we are going to explain one to one. Saudi Arabia introduced new laws, and the first law was the minimum age is 21. The minimum age is 21 years old. Employers can be fined up to 20,000 riyals for hiring underage worker. In this, most of us, when we go to the agencies, when we want to come to Saudi Arabia and we are 19, 20, most of the times our agents or the companies, they tend to extend our years and they make the passport to be 21, 22, 23 depending. So this is because you cannot come here when you are underaged. It means if you are 20, 19, you cannot come here and work in Saudi Arabia because they fear the fine and they are also protecting their name. Second rule is domestic workers can only work a minimum of 10 hours per day with at least one rest day per week. But most of us, we don't get this rest day, and most of us, we don't get the 10 hours. We work almost 24 hours or 16 hours. But still, there are those ones who work for those times that someone gets the day off. There are families which give day offs. There are families who make you to rest at least during the weekend, or they give you 10 hours and 1 hour to rest in a day to make these hours to be the same. So that does not make it that they follow the rules. No, most of them, they don't follow the rules. Very few do follow the rules, but regardless of everything, we just have to move on. Nothing will make us go behind it. So that, guys, though most of us, we don't have this one, but we still have the same. The third one is every worker must have a written contract that clearly shows wages, duties, and working condition. So guys, wages, duties, and working conditions, that's the third rule or third right. But most of the times when we are here, they're not telling us that you are going to do this, you are going to do this. No, most are not included. They say you are going to work as a housekeeper, but you end up working as a nanny, you end up working as a cook, you end up working as a cleaner, you end up working as a caregiver, you end up working each and everything which is happening in that house. Reason being that they don't follow the contract, and those are the reasons why most of the girls, they end up running, because the workload always becomes heavy for them and they cannot fight for it. And some, they make us work and they abuse the contract. Yeah, they abuse the contract. The wages, they come late and they don't even pay for some months. 4, salaries must be paid through bank transfer under the wage protection system. No more cash only. Salaries must be paid through bank transfer under the wage protection system. No more cash only. In this one, I will laugh at all because I know despite those ones who've just come in 2025, 2024, I know those ones might be paid through the bank account. Me, I don't know how many bank accounts I opened here, but my boss has never put even a single coin there. My money is given to me cash at hand. Why? She pays cash at hand and she wants me to put in the bank. How can I put in the bank, or how can I save it at the bank? Yet I have my own problem. I have to send it home. Obviously, I just have to send it home. But to those who are new now, coming 2025, most of them, I'm sure, they are being paid through bank accounts, so their money is being transferred under the wage protection system. They have salary accounts which their bosses do send money, and they're getting notification from there. So guys, so most of the things are here. I don't think in my house they are being followed, but regardless, we just move. Me, I don't have this thing of this and this. As long as I get my salary, I don't mind. So I just sign and take my life bill. The fifth is the mandatory insurance is now included in new contracts to protect both workers and employers. Mandatory insurance is now included. But let me ask a question. How many of us domestic workers who have health insurance, if you are not in the company name, under the company, and you are under your employer? I think most of us, we don't have insurance, mandatory insurance. We don't have health insurance. No. We end up being treated just like that. As me, who is talking, I don't have the insurance. I last had a health insurance when I was still under the company, but when the company changed and it wanted to change some of us to our employers, so my health insurance also ended. Now my employer had to open an insurance for me, health insurance, but she did not, meaning that I have worked here, they don't mind. When you are sick, they give you Panadol, they don't do. But regardless, as I say, we move. So number 6 is employers are not allowed to keep passport or personal documents of their workers. This is very important, guys. Most of you who are working in the house, most of you don't have your passports. When you reach here, the company or the agency where you landed from, they give the passport to your bosses. They give the passport to your bosses, and even your ICAMA. What's the ICAMA? Is that ID. They give it to those bosses, and the bosses end up keeping them. One day we had a scenario whereby the girl wanted to travel back home, and when they looked for her passport, the boss did not see it. But the girl had picked her passport in the trash. Her madam told her to pick the trash and go throw it out. She should not check, but her heart did not believe. She checked in the trash and she had to see her passport. But very, very careful. Don't allow your boss to keep your passport. Those are personal documents. They are not allowed to do. The contracts have to be with you, and the passport has to be with you. Even the ICAMA, despite that they are the ones paying them, as long as you are still with them, it's your personal document. So most of you don't have your passport. At the end of the day, they make you to work because you have to work to secure your passport. So that's it all. Be very careful. Fight for your rights. Tell them that I need my passport. The 7th one is workers must be treated with respect and dignity. No abuse or dangerous work allowed. Must be treated with respect and dignity. This one, most of us, we don't get it. Though some of us, we get them. That the family respects you. Despite that you are a housemaid, they give you your respect. They take you like someone who is also a person. Yes, but some of them, they think that you are a slave. They forgot that they say, I paid you, I did what, I paid for you, I'm from your country, you have to work. No, yes, you paid for my travel to my country, but that doesn't mean that you have to treat me like a slave. No, that's why when I tell girls, if you cannot do something from the beginning, please don't do it. Don't climb the ladders that you are cleaning the AC when you are not comfortable with it, because you can fall. Don't do things which you cannot do. Dangerous things. If you fall, they will take you back home, but they will hire another person who will work with them. So be careful and don't respect others. Some kids, they hit you around, they misbehave around you, they call you names. Tell them that it's your right to be respected despite that you're a housemaid. So the last one is that there are also benefits like annual leaves, sick leave, and end of service pay. Wow, this one is another big problem. If I may ask, how many of us who are here that get sick leave if you are sick? How many of us who get end of service pay? Annual leave. Annual leave, they don't get it. Most of us, we have 2-year leave. Have to go after 2 years. Sick leave, no, they don't give it. But it's in the law. You have to get a sick leave if you are sick. And that sick leave has to be paid, even if you are not doing anything. But we don't get it because they don't mind. Because they don't want to know. End of service pay. So many of us, we fight for this end of service pay. Before I had a fellow housemaid here, she had the same fight here when she's leaving. She had worked here for 20 years. She had the same fight with my boss because of end of service pay. This end of service pay, if you are 2 years, you might not get it. Most of the time, they give it to people over 4 years and above. So guys, be very careful. If you are sick, tell your boss, I'm sick. Don't overwork yourself. Annual leave, they have to pay you. But most of the girls, they go home without being paid the annual leave. Because you don't ask, others ask, and they turn their backs on them. But it's your right to get all that. So guys, the rules are designed to protect workers and guide employers in the right way. But most of our bosses, they are selfish. They mind about themselves. They don't mind about us. They don't mind about us. But find yourself find yourself to be happy and learn to know your right as a domestic worker. It will help you to fight back. By the way, these people, they also fear the law. If you tell them that I know my laws, they will also be over. They will all know that you are not so silent because you are stupid, but you are silent because you respect them. So guys, if you are new, if you are a domestic worker in Saudi Arabia, make sure you know your rights and avoid being into trouble with your employer. If rules are broken, fines go up to 20,000 reals, and employers can also face a ban on hiring in the future. This is very important. Some of you, the domestic workers, when you come here, you find yourself that the person who picks you at the accommodation or at the agency is another person, and they take you in another house. Let me say, someone takes you he picks you from the company and says, I'm your boss, then takes you to her mother or to her friend. These are the people, some of them are being banned from having or hiring any domestic worker because of some fines they did or some things they did to domestic workers. So they pass through their sisters, their brothers, their father, their parents, and to get a housemaid. So you find that the ikama is in another name, and the person you are working for is for another name, meaning that that person cannot hire. He's banned because of his act to the maid. So that's why some of you say, my boss who pays me is the person I stay with, but my ikama is in the name, so that my employer is the person who brought me from the company. Yes, some are banned from getting this from hiring any domestic worker because of what they did. So workers are entitled to annual leave also. I said that. Or having said all that, please, these rules are meant to protect workers and also employers. Clear guidelines. If you are planning to come to Saudi Arabia as a domestic worker, or if you are already here, it is very important to work for you, to know your rights and work for yourself. So please share this video so more workers and employers can learn about these important updates. Or you're a domestic worker, you can learn about these things. Most of us, we don't know these things. Most of us, we don't know. We are green about our rights. We find ourselves being tortured, being abused without even fighting for yourself because you don't know these rights. So guys, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment. God bless you. Let's meet in a new video. Bye bye.